Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I am going to be taking you through some of the things that I'm setting up in my journal. So one of my goals for this quarter, the first quarter of 2023, is to journal once a week. That can take on just about any manifestation that it wants to, or that suits me on that day. So whatever day I choose to do it, it might be just a list of things that happened. It might be a rant. It might be a gratitude list. It might be a processing through some emotions. It might just be me writing over and over again. I have nothing to write. I don't know. But I really think that the practice of journaling will do me some good in my mental health. And so that's one of my goals for the quarter. So I've got some things that I want to set up in here. So this is the journal I'm going to be using. This front cover says, "You are here to do incredible things, brave things, bold things, things that only you can do." I don't even know where I got this. I can't tell you. It's not something I bought specifically for this exercise. It's just one that I had around. I have I have several, not a ton anymore. I've cleaned them out, but I have several half-used or barely used notebooks in my house, and so I've decided to use those up before I go buy new ones. So I've got a few things that I want to add to that. My lovely friend Melissa over at the Kindred Journaling Cafe, I signed up for her newsletter, and she gave us some journaling prompts along with a calendar, and they're really beautiful. This is just a sample of the page, but it's got the month and a journaling prompt and then a full calendar, which is lovely, but I don't have a place to put something that's this large, and I don't need a calendar with this process. So I took her questions and made them into my own document, and I just printed this on my printer and then cut it to size. So these are some prompts in case I get stuck and really want to write something, but I can't think of what to write. So I'm going to put this in the journal so that I have it to refer to. Then I have this, which is I have a list of self-care suggestions. So if I'm feeling particularly down or just feel like I need to indulge myself a little bit, I don't even know where I got it. I had this massive long 2-page list, and I just pulled out the things that are free or cheap and relatively simple and that actually appeal to me, and that aren't necessarily stuff that I naturally do or normally do. So these are just some things to kind of help to trigger if I need some help coming up with ideas for how to take better care of myself. So I'm going to put that in there as well, so it's there for me to refer to. And then this is a habit tracker I created. As I mentioned, I'm talking about goals for the first quarter, not the whole year. So this is 13 weeks because that gets us to April 1st. It gets us through the end of March. Fun fact, did you know that if you say like 3 months, most people think of it as being 12 weeks, but most of the time it's actually 13 weeks. That's how we wind up with 52 weeks in a year. So there are spaces to do 5 habits, and then I can track either. So if I'm happy to share this, but I made this in Excel and it's super, super simple. I have the dates of each week, the number of the week in the year, and then a space to check whether or not I did that habit. So the reason I made it this way is because my goals this quarter are ones that I want to do 1 time per week. I'm not looking to do something every day. I'm not looking to start a habit every 3 times a week that I'm going to track it that way. This is what's not overwhelming to me right now. And I'm also not using the language at least once a week. So, because for whatever reason in my brain, hearing that I need, or seeing that I need to do something at least once a week, to me feels like I haven't met that goal unless I do it more than that number of times. And that's too much pressure. That's more pressure than I want right now. So this is how I'm going to do it. You can set up your goals as much as you want, however you want to. So I'm actually going to fill this out, and then we're going to stick all of this in the habit track, this is the habit tracker. We're going to stick it all in the journal. So I'm actually going to put another piece of paper under this so that my pen writes better, and move this over. So I'm going to fill this out. So the first habit that I want to do, these are in absolutely no order of importance. These are just the order that I'm coming up with them. So the first habit is I want to journal once a week. Now, you know what? I should have combined these squares. Okay, I can fix that. Hang on a second. So my first habit is going to be journaling. Now here's the thing. There is something that I need to do 2 to 3 times a week. So I'm actually going to do what James Clear in in the book Atomic Habits calls habit stacking. So every time I do some of these things once a week, I'm also going to do the thing that I need to do a few times a week, because it somehow tricks my brain into thinking it's not that much to do. I don't know. This is just what makes sense to me. So first habit will be journal once per week. 1x means one time per week, and back exercises. I've been having back problems, and my chiropractor several months ago gave me a list of exercises that I could be doing to strengthen my core and my back. And I haven't been doing them consistently because I'm human. So I'm trying to tie them to these habits so that I can get them done more frequently and hopefully see some improvement in that area. Okay, the next habit I want to do is yoga or stretch 1 time per week, and back exercises. Now, these are not the same thing. Yoga and back exercises are not the same thing. I have very specific movements that she wants me to do to improve my back. So that's a different thing. There are no guidelines okay, we're going to put a pin in the guidelines discussion, and we're going to keep filling in the habits, and then we'll go back to that. So the next habit that I want to do is walk 1 time per week, and you're getting the hang of this, back exercises. And then the fourth habit that I want to do that I'm not going to habit stack with is budget tracking. If you've watched my budgeting videos, you know that that's something that I'm really trying hard to be intentional about this year. So that it needs to be a weekly check-in at least. I'm gonna leave this one blank. I don't really have a 5th one. There's a couple ideas percolating that are not even gonna be weekly, so we'll have to see how that goes. But anyway, okay. So here's my goals. Now let's talk about this for a minute. My neighbor's car alarm's going off. If you can hear that, I apologize. And also I'm sucking on a Werther's candy, so I apologize. This is probably bad video etiquette. The reason these are not specific as far as walk for 30 minutes or do a 30-minute yoga video or journal 2 pages or whatever is because I want to do these without guidelines. I want to do them without expectations. The journal can be whatever it is that day. The yoga can be a 5-minute yoga video. It can be 2 minutes of just stretching my muscles out. It can be a full 60-minute yoga practice that I find that I do online. It's whatever I want it to be. The walking, to be completely and totally transparent, I'm having trouble right now because of my back problems. If I walk for too long or if I'm up for too long, then the nerves in my back flare up and my right leg goes numb and feels very heavy and makes it a little bit challenging to walk. So I don't know how far I can walk. I don't know. I don't think I could do a 30-minute walk right now. I truly don't. And I don't want to set myself up for failure. So if I walk 2 houses down and back to my house, that counts. If I walk around the block, that counts. I work at a university. If I walk around the campus, that counts. If I walk for 30 minutes, great. I would like to get to the point where I can walk for 30 minutes, but I'm not there right now and I don't want to set myself up for failure. So that's what that's going to be. And then after each and every one of those, back exercises is included, or else I don't get to check off that I did it. So, And then, like I said, budget tracking is just every week. I want to make sure I'm checking in. I'm looking at the planner. I'm making sure I know what I'm doing. Okay? Okay. So this fifth one, I may not use it. I don't need 5. There's not a requirement that you make 5. But I have been thinking about being more intentional with my time in terms of spending time with loved ones and friends, family and friends. So I might throw something in there in terms of like, I don't know, have dinner with people once a month. I don't know. I'm not sure what that's going to look like, but I'm kind of thinking that direction with that one. So this is ready. So now what I'm going to do, I am so not prepared. I don't have tape with me. It's right here. Hang on. Okay. This is really high tech around here. Okay, so here's my journal. I did journal a little bit 2 days ago, so I've got that covered because I'm sorry, you don't get to see my innermost thoughts right now. I'm going to put the habit tracker right here in the front cover of my journal because then that will be really easy to get to. I think I'm just going to tape it at the top and bottom and call it good. No need to get fancy, right? Oh, that's going to be hard to write on. Well, I'll figure that out when I get there. And then on the back cover, I'm going to put the journaling prompts. Sorry, I should have made sure that was centered. Oh well. And again, I don't need to use these. They're lovely. Melissa did a great job writing them. But these are just helpful in case I want to write something but don't know what to write. And then the self-care suggestions, I tried to fit both of these on here, but that wasn't going to be very, it wasn't going to be a good fit. So I'm just going to put this here and we'll just use that last page for this. And that's fine. Just so that it's easy to access. It's not in a binder I have to go open somewhere. That just reduces the friction in trying to get to it. So this is going to be a short video because that's all it was. I just wanted to talk a little bit about my goals for the year or for the quarter and then set these up. And I think I'm actually going to do a little bit of journaling. So that's fun. I'm excited about that. Okay, that's all I have. Thanks for joining me today. Come back for another video.